Hi Leo, welcome. So Leo, this is going to be your reading. I'm going to start with the spiritual general messages, then I'm going to go into the you versus them love reading. If you're only interested in the you versus them, that's fine. You can click the timestamp below. It'll take you straight to it. Otherwise, let's get started. So I am recording this reading in September, but my readings are timeless, right? Don't get fooled by the timestamp. It resonates whenever you find it. So whenever you find it, I just trust that that's when you're meant to hear these messages, Leo. And let's go ahead and get started. And I just want to talk to you for a second, honestly. Like, holy cow. Holy cow. The energy is like this, like a roller coaster. That's what it feels like to me. It was even difficult for me to sit in the meditation for too long. It's just a lot. And I felt this in the Scorpio reading yesterday, which is funny because I almost skipped over the Scorpio reading to do your reading. I actually felt called to do your reading yesterday, but then ultimately decided not to. So you may have a link to Scorpio energy. You may have that in your chart. You you might resonate with that reading, even if you don't have any placements in your chart. So check it out, okay? But yeah, here's what I feel coming through, Leo. First message I got was signs everywhere, signs. So check for signs from the universe, ask for signs from the universe. We don't ask our guides for guidance the way we were intended to when we came to this planet. But you have guides available to you, just everybody does on this planet. It's just that it's a law of attraction, okay, planet, not a law of insertion. So even your own guides cannot guide you unless you ask. And so ask for signs, ask for confirmation, ask for proof, all right? Some of you are like trying to weigh something out, and you may benefit from meditating, for one, because this energy feels kind of crazy, but also asking for assistance, okay, from your universal helpers. Or maybe asking from assistance from your earthly helpers, your friends, your family. It's all right, I feel like, Leo, you're such a strong, independent zodiac sign. Sometimes it's hard for you to ask for help. But, if you need that support or you need someone, it's all right. But that guidance is there for you, okay? It's always there for you. Prayer is a powerful thing. I believe in that. Affirmations are a powerful thing, but ask. The other thing that was coming up is like overwhelmed. I feel so overwhelmed. I've done a few of these readings now, and I felt that for the collective. So this isn't just specific to you, Leo, but it's like starting out your day, like ready for the day. Yes, today's going to be a good day. I feel like you have good intentions, and then by time 2 p.m. hits, it's just like, ugh, F this. You know what I mean? Like, all positivity gone. It feels like a very frustrating energy to me, and kind of a moody vibe as well. And you may be connecting with other people who are like that as well. So let's see what we have. We have the card of Libra out, which is all about balance and relationships. You could also be connecting with that or have it in your chart. But it's about finding that balance, finding that harmony within yourself. Sometimes this card talks about judgment and indecisiveness. So that could be where the frustration is coming from, especially if you're feeling judgment or judgmental. It just may put you in this space of like, bleh, you know what I mean? I feel so rushed too. Like, I just feel pulled in too many directions, and so this is kind of what I'm feeling for the collective Leo energy. It's just like, get off my back, universe, other people, the demands that I'm making on myself unnecessarily. Sometimes you got to get off your own back. Sometimes we're our own worst enemies, especially us fixed signs. You know, we like to be strong, but sometimes that strength can be our weakness. So you have the card of postponement, and this, look at the depiction on that card. Can you see it? It might be too light, which I always get comments like, your lighting is too bright. I don't have any lighting. I have like zero special anything. I have a phone and a stand. That lighting is from, it's natural light. It's from the window behind me. You would think after all these years on YouTube, I would probably invest in some of that, but I haven't. Because I'm a procrastinator. Anyways, who cares about that? This is actually the card of procrastination. So maybe that's relatable to your reading. Has there been things you've been putting off, Leo, that you know you need to get to, but you're just like, not today? Yeah, it's a bit of that as well. This card also talks about stagnation, or this feeling of meh. It's like there's things that you want to do, right? There's things that call to your soul, but it's like getting from A to B seems so difficult right now. It seems so sluggish. It just seems so too much, you know? And so it's like things getting put on the back burner as well. Yeah, so wow, holy cow, this would be a really interesting reading for you. Let's get deeper and see what Leo can do about this and what else we have coming through. I've had this song in my head too. Hold on, I want to get one more of these. Flowering, okay, I love that. I don't know the artist's name, but it's been in my head all day. She says, I don't know what's happening to me. You got me bumping like, ooh, 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 ooh. I wonder what it feels like. I don't know the artist or the name of that song, but it's such a good song. She says, I don't know what's happening to me. Maybe you feel like that. Like, I don't know what's happening to me right now. It's kind of weird. You know, it's like a weird energy. It's like you're you, but you don't feel like you. You know? You're like, I don't know what's happening to me. It's like you're feeling yourself change. You know that you're changing. Like there's an awareness around it. But stop stressing about it. Change is good. We're not meant to be the same person we've always been. You know, and sometimes people really want to be, you know, pinhole us as the person they knew we used to be. But nobody stays stagnant in this life. You know, you are not the same person today that you were 10, 20 years ago. Thank God. Because you're older, wiser, stronger, smarter. And you're supposed to evolve in that way. You know, and that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to change. It's not a bad thing to change your position on things, to change your beliefs, you know, to even speak out against things that you once used to be in support of, right? Like change is a good thing. And sometimes when we're afraid of that change, maybe because we like a certain version of ourselves, it becomes difficult. It builds tension in your body when you're resisting the natural law and order of the universe, which is everything must change and evolve in order for life to continue. And some of you, it's like, you know it. Like, you know it. So let's go deeper. 2 of Swords, 3 of Pentacles. Yes. So, Leo. Wow, it's hard for me to even read the cards. And I feel like this in Scorpio's reading too. I've been doing a lot more channeling than reading of the cards lately, just in general. But it's like, it's so hard to concentrate right now, Leo. And it feels heavy, but it's all right here. It's all in the head space where the dense feeling is coming from. And I feel like just taking a breather, you know, would be so good for you, you know, and just like turn your phone off, okay? But after this reading, you know. Sit in nature, chill out. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes that's all you can do, especially when the energy is feeling how it's feeling right now. And that's really what the card is saying. Like, you know, manifest your own healing. Give yourself grace. Give yourself space, okay? There's some unknowns here. There's some uncertainties as to, like, how things are going to work out, but they're going to work out, you know? And to not let yourself get into the dumps or the ditches like this, Leo. Let's see. That song is about love changing her. That's what that song is about. 9 of Cups, 3 of Wands. So this looks really good. The 10 of Pentacles. I'm really happy to see this. Now let me tell you why. King of Pentacles. It's like, despite all of this cerebral chaos, and that's what it feels like to me, just like just a muck, you know, of energy. And like I said, to some degree, all of us in the collective are feeling this. So you are not alone. But, you know, at the core of what you have going on, at the basis of your experience right now, there's actually a lot of stability. There's a lot of things to be grateful for. There's a lot of blessings here. Things are moving forward, even if it feels stagnant. That feeling of stagnancy is your perception, but it is never the reality, because life is never stagnant. It's just either you're keeping up with it or you're not. And when you don't allow yourself to keep up with it, it feels terrible, because you're meant to go with that flow. And I'm not talking about with physical activity and the things that you're doing. I'm talking about keeping your mind open, allowing yourself breathing room, being easy on yourself, being easy on others, not holding on to outcomes or needed goals even. It's good to have desires, but it's also good to let the universe orchestrate it for you, as opposed to you trying to hammer it out by yourself when you don't have the bigger picture. Source has the bigger picture, right? So it's calling for you to calm down a bit, to go with the flow a little bit more, count your blessings, look towards your future. You have a solid foundation here, Leo, and a firm footing, a firm understanding of these concepts that I'm talking to you about, or you wouldn't be watching me. So it's like you are grounded, you know, and even though right now some things feel up in the air, they're not really up in the air. It's perception, 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 and a little bit of astrology and energy. And I think we have a new moon coming up as well. So let's see what else. Two of Wands. Nine of Pentacles. I feel like a lot of you that are tuning in, have really established yourself. But you've established, hold on, let me get the rest of these. You've established yourself. And I mean, not just like financially. Some of you, yes, some of you, no. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you have an established sense of identity. Meaning your preferences, you know what you like, you know what you don't like, you know how you typically react under this pressure or this situation. And sometimes we get in a comfort zone with our own personality. And this is a real thing, you know, where life is calling for us to respond or change a behavior because it once fit, you know, what we needed, but now our new circumstance, our new self, that behavior or trait is no longer needed. So it's about letting yourself migrate as well with some of the behaviors and responses that you have to match more of this new identity, this new you, this new life that you're living, and shed your skin a little bit, Leo. And some of you are so comfortable with the way you've always handled things, with the way you've always done things, that it feels difficult, you know, to relinquish that. And that's called patterning, and that's all right. Okay, we all have difficulty with this to some degree, but you can't grow unless you identify and move towards, you know, move away from things that no longer serve you. So there's something that is changing inside of you, and you can feel it, you know, and you're like, what is happening to me? And what's happening to you is natural evolution. You're getting sick of the old parts of you that no longer serve you. You could, you know, but yet you're holding on to it at the same time because it's easy, because you've always done it that way, because that's who you are, you know, and yet your body is trying to shift into this newer self, and it wants you to shift with it. You know, it's almost like causing a little bit of like chaos. Don't mind my sound effects. What was that? It feels like a little bit of chaos where you almost might feel like I said, like a roller coaster, up, down, up, down. You're happy, you're sad, you're mad, you're frustrated. You know, and it feels like the world is pissing you off, but really you're pissing yourself off. Excuse my language, but whatever. And it's because there's an internal change, shift, struggle, whatever, right? But you're going to get it figured out, Leo. And the way that you're going to figure out is not by honing in and beating up on yourself and being like, I should be different, you know. No, it's backing off, back off a little bit, back off, be easy on yourself, honor your emotions, accept that you are a changeable creature, as is everybody else. Look towards your future. Stop looking at the past. Some of you keep doing that and then using it as a reference point. Be careful with that. There's big changes coming, and I feel this all internal, all within the emotional space. Also, there's you becoming more independent. Even though you have others who depend on you, or maybe that you depend on, this is more about self-dependence. So, that's a new word, right? Self-dependence. I just be making up stuff over here. Anyways, let me see what the guidance is. Yeah. Let's go from there. And we're going to go into the you versus them portion. You know, somebody left me a comment on my last reading, and they were like, I love you so much, whatever, but but when you said the word shit, I just want you to know that's blasphemy. And I'm like, okay. Well, the thing about that is this is not a religious channel, so I don't even believe in blasphemy. You're on the wrong page. This is a spiritual channel. In spirituality, there is no judgment, condemnation, or such thing as blasphemy. It's just acceptance of what is. God is everything. And if you can think it, speak it, and do it, that's a part of God, and that includes cuss words. I'm sorry that, you know, religion and society's made everybody think that certain words are bad. Man, we could be convinced anything is bad. But it's just words. It's just words. You know, so I appreciate that comment, but I don't even claim to be a religious channel. We're in two different universes. Anyways, I feel like I got attitude today. Is this coming from the Leo energy? Like, Leo, you got attitude lately? Like, hey, you know, it's all right. I love my Leos. Okay. You got the card of believe. Please forgive. It says, the force that works through your soul, determining what's possible or impossible, is the power of your belief. So remember, beliefs are nothing but thoughts you keep thinking. If you have a belief that feels terrible, that works against you, that's probably a belief that you've outgrown. And now is the time to unthink that thought and recreate yourself as the natural creator that you are of self. So let's go into the you versus them portion of the reading and see what else you have coming in. Yeah, in a second. Okay, see you in 5 seconds. Welcome back. So Leo, we're going to go into the you versus them portion of the reading. I'm going to go back and forth between you and the person you may be connecting with. Keep in mind, it's a general, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. You've got the 4th house here of roots, which is all about family, home, your background, your comfort zone, real estate. And interesting that it talks about the comfort zone, because that was in the spiritual reading as well. But it also talks about your self-care, rejuvenating self, taking time out for self, and interestingly enough, your habits, okay, or your habits of thought. So let's see what is going on with you and the person you're connecting to. I'm going to go back and forth between the two. Keep in mind it's a general, so the roles may be reversed. Really? Feel free to flip it if you need to. Also keep in mind that a lot of times, yes, this is going to be about an intimate partner, but not always. Sometimes it's going to resonate with a family or a friend situation, maybe even a work situation. Just depends what's closest on your mind and in your heart. So let's go, Leo, and see. Don't mind my doggies if you can hear them. Leo. God, these cards are hurting my hands. I have these wee tiny hands and these big cards. It's like I gotta stretch my hand to get around them. I might get some new cards this weekend. All right, are we gonna get a crowning energy? Hello, come on. Leo, crowning energy. There we are. Person they're connected to. Okay, so actually these are flipped. King of Wands energy, Queen of Swords energy. I feel like, Leo, here you are standing in your power, standing in the knowledge of who you are. This is a leadership energy. This is someone who knows their worth. Person you're connecting to doesn't really back down either. They're pretty strong energy showing up. This person is all about freedom and independence, okay? And yet you have the 4th house connecting the two of you, okay? So let's get into it. And my dogs are about to go cray cray. Just ignore them. I'm gonna shuffle real quick and look further into this. We're gonna look at the recent past, what led up to the now, how you both feel about each other, how you see each other, and the big picture. So recent past energy. Where are my Leos? Recent past. Six of Pentacles. 5 of Cups, the Sun. So there's definitely something that could have been emotionally or maybe even financially draining to you in the past, Leo. It could involve some sort of ending, okay? And I heard all things come to pass, so I feel like this is definitely something that's already occurred. There's a sense of like just feeling completely emotionally, mentally exhausted and feeling like, you know, you give so much and nobody's giving it back to you. And it's a sense of depletion here. So let's see what this person is recently going through. Yeah, I just keep getting messages like, I give and I give and I give and I give. And what do I get? Well, that is a very draining thought, Leo. Even if it is true, it is still draining. But what's interesting is I feel like this person also has a lot of disconnected, draining thoughts, but they try to reframe things in their mind. I feel like this person, you know, it's like when they start feeling stressed, they try to reframe it to think about, okay, well, what success is going to come out of this? Like they try to flip the coin, you know what I mean? They are getting some sort of different perspective here. Sometimes they question if they made the right choice. But they're pretty good at being able to divert their attention when they start feeling this way. Like I feel like this person, it's not that they don't have feelings, you know, or a sense of disconnection. It's just that they are not dwelling there. So let's see how you see each other. How does Leo see their person? The Two of Wands, King of Pentacles. Oh my goodness. The Magician. The Chariot and the Queen of Cups. All of a sudden I feel like, ooh, kind of woozy. Let me get a quick drink of water here. It's like a weird feeling. It's so weird. I try to pinpoint this in the spiritual reading. It's like feeling hyped up but tired at the same time. You know how you like, say you're actually tired but you're trying to hype yourself up because you really want to do something, you really want to go out or other people expect you to, but it's like no matter how much you hype yourself, you still feel like bleh, bleh. You know, like you might get there for a second, but then you go back to the baseline. And it's just, there's a lot going on astrologically. Give yourself a break, Leo, when you need it. That's really sound advice that keeps coming through for you. So anyways, I feel like when it comes to this person, right, you saw a future or see a future with them. There's a lot of stability here. Or maybe you see that in this person, stability, longevity, or you. It's like wanting to manifest things to move forward on an emotional level as well. You may feel emotionally connected to this person. And what's interesting to me is there's a hawk in this picture, and as I started this reading, there was a hawk chasing two birds like back and forth out the window. So FYI, look up the spiritual meaning of hawks. I think that you know that this person is capable of being that rock, you know, that foundation, or maybe that's what you would like to be for them. So let's see how they're feeling. The Hierophant, Judgment, Knight of Wands, Nine of Pentacles. So both of you are sitting in this positive energy right now. I feel like this person is trying to follow their path, trying to let go of judgment, you know, really wanting more playfulness in their life, more independence in their life. This person may feel like you're fun to be around, you're playful, you don't judge them, you understand them, or you know, there's a sense of mutuality here. They may feel that there's a higher purpose or a higher reasoning for the connection. Like I feel that you inspire each other to help reach your goals. Why do I say that so weird? Goals? So it's all good when it comes to how you're seeing each other. So let's see how you feel then, Leo, underneath it all. How does Leo feel underneath it all? I don't know what's happening to me. There's that song again. Some of you don't know how to feel or what's happening to you. Feel hormonal, especially if you're a female. You may feel very hormonal during this time frame, you know. A lot of soul searching going on as well. Wow, okay, holy cow. Yeah, well, I feel like you've had to do some soul searching because there's some unknowns here. There's things that you don't really know. And didn't I say, like, some of you don't know. You don't know what's happening to you or how you're feeling about things or maybe what's happening with this person. You're trying to be brave. You're trying to be strong, yet you know that change is inevitable. You know, it's a mixed bag of feelings, even though you try to see the good and you try to see the positive. Right? And I'm going to say try, you do. But then, you know, sometimes it's hard to, sometimes it's easier to change our perspective than it is our feelings. I don't know if that even makes sense. But it's a sense of like, there's a lot of deep emotion coming through here. And there's a lot of deep changes that are coming in the soul space, right? And it's making room for the new you. And I feel like after some soul searching, you know, it feels like things should feel so much clearer than they do, but they still don't really feel that clear right now. And that's all right. That's got to be all right. That's all right, because that's where you are and you can't change where you are. So you got to make peace with it, you know? And anytime you're feeling bad, by the way, that's an excellent way to think about it. You know, never beat up on yourself for not being at your best, Leo. Instead, say to yourself, well, I am where I am and I can't be anywhere else. So I got to be all right with it. Find a way to make peace with it so that you can easily move out of that energy. And there's something here that they want you to make peace with, it within yourself. So let's see this person's. How are they feeling underneath it all? King of Cups, Six of Cups, Knight of Cups, the Ten of Swords. The first thing I heard is the past is the past. So I do feel like this person has done some releasing of the past, okay? They're in this space of, when they do think about the past, they think about the good times. So if you have past history with this person, they think fondly about the memories they have with you, whether you're still connected or not. But they also have gotten closure or closed out the more negative aspects, the negative memories. All right, like they're not letting it completely overtake them. It gets to them, or it has gotten to them in the past, but then they refocused themselves. So I feel like this person is in the space of acceptance and clearing out old energy, especially when it comes to love. Especially when it comes to love. Like, I feel like this person is trying very, very hard not to bring their past into the now when it comes to love and romance. Or if they are bringing it in to their connection or this connection, they're trying to bring the positives of it. They're trying to shine a light on the positives. What's that? Why? In my mind, so you know what that was. That I wasn't drinking. No. I had imaginary flashlights in my hand and I was flashing them. But it looked a little weird, right? I mean, Please don't click off. Let's see where this is headed. Oh my gosh, my dog's... Sorry, I would stop the reading, but I don't want to. The Moon, the Seven of Swords. I might have to, though. The Moon, the Seven of Swords. What else? What else? What else? The Ten of Cups. Some of you feel like something stole your happiness, or someone stole your happiness. Nobody can steal anything from you. I can feel that way, but this is a law of attraction, not a law of insertion universe, which means that anything that is taken from you, if you want to think about it in vibrationally accurate terms, you were no longer a match to it, either because you outgrew it or where you were headed was not conducive to where this person was headed. It's an attraction thing. Yeah. Some of you feel like somebody stole your happiness or stole something energetically from you. I'm not talking about somebody stole your purse or anything, that kind of reading. But it's a sense of like, wow, that really took away from my sense of wellness, my sense of fulfillment. It could be this person, it could be completely unrelated. You know, something coming in like a thief in the night and making you feel insecure, you know, or that it's a sense of like something not right, sitting right with you or whatever. There's a blockage here on an emotional level, Leo, where it's like it makes you some of you not trusting your intuition or not listening to your emotions. Well, maybe you don't know what your emotions mean. You know what I mean? Not everybody does. Most people ignore their emotions altogether, but what your emotions are, they're your indicator, your vibrational indicator as to how aligned the thoughts that you're thinking are with how your higher self sees the situation. And your higher self knows all involved, all people involved, all possible outcomes. So when you think thoughts that deviate from what your higher self knows is what's best for you or what's on your path, you feel the vibrational shift into lower emotions. And that's not wrong. That's good. It's good. You should say, thank you, lower emotions. Thank you, because you are the rumble strips on the side of the highway that let me know I need to re-examine how I'm thinking about this. You know, sometimes we be wanting for things that aren't even good for us because we don't know better. But your emotional guidance system knows better. You know, when you want for something that's not on your path and you want for it and it don't come and it makes you feel terrible, then, you know, that's your sign to take a step back and reevaluate. It doesn't mean that it's not for you ever, but maybe not the way that you're thinking about it. Maybe not in that person, maybe not in that place, you know? Like, it's about feeling that vibrational shift and then backing away from the topic until you start to feel a little better, and then looking at it again and looking at it again from a higher vibration. This is how you do the work that you're called to do. This is how you listen to your intuition. And I don't mean to go into the spiel about how to listen to your emotions, but this is what your emotions mean. They're an indicator of your thought patterns. So, where to go from here, Leo? You gotta listen to your heart. You gotta listen to your emotions. If it feels off, Pay attention, you know? But you see, the Ten of Cups is here, which is like having it together, feeling together, emotional fulfillment. And it's in the reverse. So it's not that it's not here for you. It's that you're denying yourself of being able to see what your higher self sees. So I guess what the message is how are you doing that? How are you cutting yourself off from the goodness that is here for you? By looking to the past, by dwelling, by thinking negatively about self or others. Maybe this is why I felt called to tell you to listen to the Scorpio reading, because it's all about what self-love truly is. And it's not what you think it is. It's not about going to get a pedicure or a massage, although that's nice. It's deeper than that. You know, it's about paying attention to how you talk to yourself and how it makes you feel, and being kinder to yourself. Be your own best friend. Be your very best friend. And as you become your very best friend, best friends appear. Support, family, things moving forward. Things are going to move forward no matter what. These cards are only in reverse for a second, but things are going to improve. Leo. And let's see, more? Yes, and you're going to start hearing your intuition a little bit better. Or listen to your intuition a little better. This makes me want to go back to the one of the things I heard earlier, which is like, I give, and I never get back. And that feels terrible when you think that, right? It makes you real resentful towards people or someone that may have taken advantage of you. But the reason that feels bad is not because you're wrong in your opinion or judgment, you know. It's because that you cannot get into a space of having equality in your experience until you change your thinking about it. Ooh, how do I put this? If you're feeling like I give, and I do not receive, and the universe hears what you think about and gives you whatever you think about, and it doesn't hear, no, but I don't want that. It only hears what you think about, so it keeps giving you more of situations and people like that take, and don't give back. It's a match to what you're thinking. So you got to change your thinking. You have to say, you know what? I give generously because I love that, and I love that about myself. Not everybody is as kind and gentle and generous as I am. And that's all right. Some will appreciate it, some will not appreciate it. But those that do appreciate it will migrate into my experience, because I love givers and I'm a giver. And I don't think the answer is for me to become less of a giver or a less kind person. That doesn't feel right to me. That feels off to me. I think it's that I need to continue to shine my light. I need to continue to shine my light and not pay attention to who cares or shines that light upon me or even appreciates what I do. Because every time I look at that person not appreciating me, I am also not in a state of appreciation, and it cuts me off. It gets me out of alignment, and I start feeling bad and thinking bad. And then I start feeling bad because I'm thinking bad. And so I think I'm just going to move away from that. I think I'm just going to move away from needing to think about that. And instead I'm going to think about the people that do appreciate me, how the universe always has my back, how things work out always, you know, how I could just be myself and love who I am, and those who genuinely love me will find me. These are the words to say to yourself. Holy cow, I knew this was going to be a long reading. Let's see this person's energy. 6 of Pentacles, 7 of Wands, the Magician, the Ace of Swords. So, yeah, it's almost like I did voodoo on your person with my little rant. But I'm dead serious. Speak to yourself like that. Speak to yourself. First of all, you're not speaking to yourself. You're speaking to your higher self. And the more you do it, the more you'll develop that relationship. and know when it's you versus the higher self. But speak to yourself in those words, because it's like magic. It's like magic to those who are unaware of how law of attraction works. Because as you get into that more loving, soft, generous space, because you're no longer beating the drum of what's wrong or who's done you wrong, you will naturally attract that softness out of others, including, not all the time because you can't control other people, but a lot of the time, including the person who has yet to show you that softness, right? The person who's taken advantage, now being appreciative. Wouldn't that be something? But you have to take your focus off what you don't like first about that situation. Anyways, well, the reason why I say that is because this person's going into this energy of wanting to give to the connection. Or maybe you're attracting someone that wants to give to the connection, wants to give what you give, wants to manifest someone with like minds and like ideas, and that feels good to them and feels like home to them and feels like peace to them. Someone who's done their own spiritual work, their own inner work, that is reaching for something new, something better, right? But, you know, it's, you must raise your vibration as well. And I feel like this, whoever this is, it could be anyone, they are wanting to give to others, another you. So, wow. I'm going to leave it there. I feel like I'm talking for like 18 hours. Okay, they have the Strength card. Very interesting. You have Cleanse. Their card is all about staying strong and bringing confidence and conviction, needing to balance their body, mind, and soul, knowing that they're never alone. Yours is about cleansing your body, mind, and soul, taking time out to take care of yourself, to take care of how you feel, to do that self-care. It's time, Leo. Wow, awesome. Very interesting reading. I hope it resonated. Woo! Okay, so zodiac signs you could be connecting with. I have Cancer energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Virgo, Leo, Cancer, Libra, Taurus. Those are the primary signs I'm seeing, but keep in mind it is a general reading, meaning it can be any zodiac sign. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe. Please subscribe. I was checking out my analytics the other day, and it was astounding to me that 48% of the people who view my videos have yet to subscribe. And yet they come back and watch my videos, y'all. If you're in that 48%, subscribe. That way you never miss out. I don't ever have a schedule for when I put my readings out, so it'd be easy to miss them if you're not subscribed. So please hit the subscribe button. And I love you guys so very much, and I'm wishing you the very best. And until next time, my friends.